What happens to a culture that can no longer name what it sees?
It gets replaced by radical Islam. That's my answer. Given our particular circumstance, in fact, there's no advanced developed country on the planet right now, save one, State of Israel, that is even replacing itself. So we're having fewer and fewer children. We're getting married later. We're waiting later to have children. And so by definition, we're having fewer and fewer children. And so we're failing in God's commandment to and blessing, be fruitful and multiply. So that happens. I'll give you a perfect example. So we are so far into unreality that our culture in its commanding heights, our medical societies, literally are still maintaining that there's not an intrinsic difference between males and females, right? That what you really are is your gender identity, and that's purely a psychological state, and it's not related to your body, and maybe your gender identity is completely contrary to your actual body, right? Now, the benefit of that lie is that it's so blatant and so obvious that even people that aren't paying attention realize, well, wait. So we're going to sterilize kids and we're going to boys and girls sports. This is crazy, right? So our culture is in the process of waking up from that. But it's just one example of a kind of a denial of reality. In this
Mhm.
case, the intrinsic complementary nature of the difference between male and female. And so I really do think that the farther you get away from reality in your own thinking and in your kind of cultural beliefs, you cease to exist in the realm of reality. You sterilize your children, you quit having children of your own. And where do you think that's going to lead? Run that out 40 or 50 years. And then just you apply a little natural selection to the culture. We're going to get replaced by a culture that doesn't believe at least those things. And it may be way worse in every other way, but at least it's not that stupid, right? And so I think that's honestly how we should think about our situation. Either we fix this and we repent as a culture, or we get replaced by a culture and a religious ideology that we would really, really not want to inflict upon our grandchildren.
So you understand what I mean when I say a commitment to reality.
Yes, absolutely. Because and it's a commitment to physical reality, it's a commitment to metaphysical reality and moral reality. So that the moral structure is built into the universe. It's not just a convention, right, that we sort of impose and agree upon. These are basic realities. And so if we deny those things, you know, a culture that denies the intrinsic dignity of the human person or denies the nature of mammalian biology, right? Or, you know, denies the metaphysical truth that matter is not all that matters. That's long term for a culture. That's how you destroy yourself.
Hi, I'm Dave Hanegraaff, host of the new podcast, A Commitment to Reality, brought to you by the Christian Research Institute. I can't wait for you to hear these conversations. The best way for you to support the show is simple. Go to wherever you get your podcasts and follow or subscribe. I'll see you there.